I'm going to teach you 6 very common expressions with the word get. Now I have the expressions here and we'll go over each of them, and I'll give you the meanings and some examples for each expression. Now the first expression is to get along with someone. If we say that a person gets along with someone, that means they have a good relationship. For example, I have a friend named Priya, and Priya gets along with people really well. That means that Priya has good relationships with many people. Now you can also use this in the negative. For example, me and Barney don't get along that well, meaning that Barney and I don't have a very good relationship. So get along with means to have a good relationship with someone. The next expression is to get around. Now this has a few meanings. One very common meaning of get around is to travel. So if I said George likes to get around, what I'm saying is that George likes traveling. He likes exploring new places. Now a related meaning of get around is when we talk about news spreading. Like in this example, news that the manager had been fired got around the office quickly. So the manager got fired, that means the manager got dismissed, and then that news spread in the office quickly. People in the office found out about it quickly. So we say that the news got around. Now both of those meanings have to do with traveling in some way. But there's another meaning of get around, and that is not related to the previous 2 meanings. That is when we talk about problems. Now when we talk about getting around a problem or an issue, we mean finding a solution or avoiding a problem or issue. Now a few months ago we had a party at our house. Now just a few minutes before the party, my wife came to me and she said, "Hey, you know what?" And I said, "What?" She said, "I just noticed that we're not serving any juice at the party. There's no mango juice or apple juice or orange juice. I want to serve some juice." And I said, "Hey, listen, there's really no time. We've already got some soft drinks. We actually had Coca-Cola." And she said, "Yeah, but we have sandwiches and we have a barbecue, but we don't have anything really healthy. So I want to serve juice at the party." And I said, "Listen, we can't get around the fact that we don't have any juice." What did I mean by that? I meant we don't have juice and that's a problem, and we can't avoid that problem now because the party is about to start. So to get around a problem means to find a solution to or to avoid a problem. All right, our next expression is get away. Usually when we say get away, we follow that with get away from or get away with. When we say get away from, that means to escape from someone. Now, for example, the bank robbers got away from the police. So the police tried to nab the bank robbers, but before they got caught, the bank robbers escaped. So the bank robbers got away from the police. You can also use get away in less serious situations. I went to a wedding. I think it was last week that I went to a wedding. It was the wedding of a friend of a friend. When I got there, I have to tell you, it was so boring. I did not want to be there at all. So after I said a few hellos to some people, I got away from that wedding as quickly as I could. Now, I'm not saying that I ran. I didn't have to escape because someone was chasing me. It's just that I wasn't enjoying myself, so I came away from that place. So that's when we talk about getting away from a person or a place. But when we say get away with, that means to escape without punishment after doing something wrong. For example, many politicians break the law and get away with it. That means many politicians do things that are illegal and then they don't get punished for it. They get away with doing things that are illegal. So remember, get away can either mean to get away from someone or get away with doing something without punishment. Get back has a straightforward meaning that I'm sure you know. If I said, I have to get back home, or I have to get back to work, the meaning is simply that I have to go back. Now that's the straightforward meaning. But get back also has an idiomatic meaning, and that is something we often say on the telephone. When someone asks us for information on the phone and we don't have that information, we often say, hey, can I get back to you on that? That means we're saying we will talk to that person again after some time. And usually we say, get back to someone, like get back to you on something. Can I get back to you on that? That's a very common expression. All right, the next phrase is get into. Now, once again, it has a straightforward meaning, and that's to get into a place. Like you can get into a house or you can get into a train. You can also get into a fight, although I suggest that you please not get into any fights. But this expression also has an idiomatic meaning. And that meaning is to become involved in an activity. Like if I said, I got into painting recently and I'm really enjoying it. That means I have started to get involved in painting. Maybe I'm taking painting lessons somewhere. So get into means to get involved in an activity. Right, our last expression is to get over. Now when you think get over, you might think getting over a wall. Like if you climb over a wall, then you get over it. But we use get over often to mean to recover from an illness or from a bad experience. It's as if that illness or that bad situation is like a wall and we're getting over that wall. For example, Janice, or rather it took Janice years before she got over the death of her father. Meaning it took Janice many years to recover emotionally from the death of her father. So we say that it took her years to get over the death of her father. A very common phrase with get over is you'll get over it. This is said to encourage someone who either has an illness, so who's sick, or who is going through a bad situation in their life. So imagine your friend just broke up with his girlfriend and he's feeling really depressed about that. You might say, hey, you'll get over it. I'm sure you will. So don't worry, so cheer up and everything will get better. You'll get over it means you'll recover from it. You can also say he'll get over it or she'll get over it. So if your friend's depressed and another friend tells you about that, they say, hey, look at how depressed he is. He just broke up with his girlfriend and I feel bad. You could say, well, I'm sure he'll get over it. Don't worry. All right, let's do a quick recap of all of these expressions. Get along with means to have a good relationship with someone. To get around can mean to travel, or it can mean for news to spread, or it can mean to find a solution or avoid a problem. Get away means to escape. Either get away from someone or get away with doing something wrong, and that means to escape without punishment after doing something wrong. Get back can either mean to go back to a place, or as we often say on the telephone, can I get back to you? And that means to talk to someone again after some time. Get into means to get involved in an activity, like getting into painting or yoga. And finally, get over means to recover from an illness or a bad experience. All right, on the screen, I have 6 sentences to help us practice these expressions. I'd like you to fill in the gap in each of these sentences with the correct expression from the box. Take a moment and pause this video if you'd like and think about your answers. When you're ready, play the video again and check. All right, let's check the answers. Number 1. I just heard that Paul is in the hospital. Whatever it is, I hope he gets over it soon. Number 2. She wanted to ask Dean about the money he owes her, but he got away before she could speak to him. Number 3. Sheila doesn't like going to Brock's house because she doesn't get along with his parents very well. Number 4. I don't have the sales figures right now. Can I get back to you with those? Number 5. I know you really want to work at Google, but you can't get around the fact that they're not hiring right now. Number 6. You should get into weightlifting. I think you'll love it. All right, I hope you got all of those answers right. Thanks for watching. For more free English lessons, remember to subscribe to this channel. And until next time, happy learning.